Today we're going to look at other people's junk that we sold online. Hey, it's Don. We're going to show you some more items that we sold that most other people would consider junk. So here's the first item. This is something I paid $1 or less for. This is a letter opener. And it's an oddball one, probably from the 30s. This would probably be more along the line of a cubist or maybe almost Art Deco, so to speak. We took $50 on it. It was listed as an auction with a buy it now. I'm fine with that. It's been up for a little while. So this is the kind of stuff that we do make a lot of money on. What most other people consider small, petty, and just not worth their time. $50 is $50. It's a real good return on our investment for sure. Now this next one here is a Rye Whiskey Label from the 1890s. This is made by John Osborne. He actually placed at a couple of World's Fair as well. We took $50 on this. There's nothing to compare this to. There was nothing on eBay, still nothing on eBay for the last 2+ years while this has been up. So $50, I'm fine. Again, I have pennies into this item here. It's just a label. It just literally belonged on a bottle. This is more along the lines, I would say, as a medicinal item rather than a alcoholic beverage item. Now this next one here is a die cut. This is a Victorian Die Cut. Now I bought a sheet of these. So there was another one with the same basic image, but the people were wearing different clothing. Doubled on a sheet. Plus there were several other individual die cuts of ladies with tennis rackets in their hands. So I busted it up and sold them separately. This is the second one that we sold out of this. It did sell for $18.50. I literally have pennies into this because, again, I bought a whole sheet for almost nothing. Now here's a very interesting item from the American Samoa Islands. This is one of the U.S. possessions. This is a U.S. naval training station that was there in the 20s. And this is a Christmas dinner menu program, I guess, for the base events. And it has a real picture, a real photo on the cover of this. Now, I took $45 on this one here. I'm fine with that. I have nothing into it. I bought a whole bunch of stuff from the exact same place. I sold some of the other menus and items from this as well. Those got me all my money back, so everything we've been selling since then has been pure profit. Now, most of the time we sell multiple postcards every single day of the week. This week was no different than that. I picked out a few of the nicer ones. This one has been up for just a little while, I think 3 or 4 months. Now, this is Tina Blau, and she was an Austrian impressionistic painter of landscapes. She's very well known. I've seen her in books before. This one sold for $35. Now I have like a nickel into this. I bought a whole stack of oddball foreign ones that were all famous people. People that I bought them from didn't think anything of it. They thought they were people. They didn't realize that this sort of thing does carry a value. So you got to know what you're doing to be able to make some money on this. Many other dealers walked right by these. They ignored these. They looked through the other ones that were city scenes and just messed with those. These were a killer steal here. So I'm very happy with the profits on this one. Now here's another postcard from that same purchase. Again, we've got nothing into these basically at this point because we sold one right off the bat and it paid for everything and made us a profit. We just continue to keep selling these, again, all profit at this point. This is the Austrian Chancellor Engelbert Dollfuss. He's well known. You can find him in history books and the whole works. This one sold for $80 plus shipping. Again, I've got nothing into this one, nor the one right before it. Now here's a really adorable Christmas one with a tiny miniature Santa Claus shown on it. This one did sell at full price, $34.50. Now this sort of thing I pay $1 or less for. This one was bought in a big bulk lot. I have maybe a nickel or a dime into this one right here. Now here's a very interesting advertising card as well. It's the same size basically as a postcard. It was purchased with postcards as well. This one went for $30. Elephants and clowns are very popular in this sort of imagery and they do sell very well. Both terms should always be listed in the title if they are shown in the advertisement also. Now I called this item out here in an Instagram little video post that I posted. If you want to see some other content and some specifics on individual types of things like this, sign up for my Instagram page. It's The Auction Professor as well. Now this one here sold for $50. It's a puzzle, basically, an optical illusion puzzle. If you look at it in one direction, it's just a river with a couple people of canoes. Looking at it in this direction is U.S. Grant, Ulysses S. Grant, on the face of this. And as I did say, this one did sell for $50. I literally have nothing into this. I was given a stack after I bought some other stuff of the damaged cards, or at least what they figured were damaged and wouldn't sell. So this is a fine example of something that's trash to somebody else. Now, I do very well with Sesame Street items as well as Viewmaster items, and this is the combination of the two together. These are NOS, new old stock, never used, still sealed on the cards. I've got maybe $1 or $2 into these at the very, very most. They've been up for maybe 6 months or so, 5 cents a month, 30 cents total to list these, basically. That's it. So it's not much of an ordeal for us to let these set. We got full price, $27.50 out of this one here. Now here's a sheet music that we literally have nothing into. This was a give me. We've sold quite a few of these at this point. We are averaging at least 1 or 2 sheets every single day of the week these days. So very happy with that. You can see what it sold for too. Nothing into it. I've got pennies into listing this as well. I think this one's been up for about 4 months, so it's cost me 20 cents to get this in front of somebody that would buy it, plus the final value fees. Now here we have a vintage luggage label from Alaska Coastal Airlines. Now this isn't a very well-known airline. I do believe it's long since defunct as well. Now I picked up a stack of the same ones at a sale somewhere, like a little bundle of these, for a couple of bucks. Now we've been selling these fairly regularly. This one went for $20. Again, I've got maybe 10 cents into this item right here. Again, I've got multiples of this. I have no problem with multiples. When I have multiples like this, I list one at a time, especially when it's something unique like this that we probably have the only one up at any given time. Now, something else that I do is set up listings for individual people. They'll make some offers, I'll give them a bulk purchase, and at the end of the day, I will alter a listing and put it up just for a specific buyer. Now, I've got the buyer's name covered up because I literally put that in the title on these. This one sold for what you see, $258.97. It's 11 individual cards and advertisements and cute items like this. I have about $4.50 into everything this person bought here. So return on my investment on this one, after fees, after listing, after everything, is around $225. That's how much I'm getting back on these. Now, you're allowed to do this. There's nothing wrong with setting up specific listings. Now, this is a ploy that works for us. A lot of people like to bundle stuff. I bundle when I'm out purchasing too. I'll allow buyers to do the exact same thing in some cases. It depends on the items. It depends on how long I've been dealing with them. But in many cases, when I have and they buy multiple items all the time, I will give them a bundle price and list it this way for them, especially if they're overseas. It makes it easier for them. One line, one price, one everything, and they're done out the door. I make a good chunk of change from stuff just like this. Now, here's another one. This is 4 lots for one specific person. Again, I've covered up the buyer's name, $105 here. So I don't mind doing this at all. I don't mind combining stuff. I don't mind changing listings. It shows special attention. At the end of the day, I've sold something that I've got $2 into for $105. Minus fees and all, I'm still making around $85 to $90 after labor, and everything is out from this item right here. This is something anybody can do. It's something that you've got to be able to converse with your buyers, though, to be able to get this kind of rapport going, where you know that you can do this or give them some sort of deal. Again, this is deal price off of my regular price. So it's like I'm just offering them a sale, but they feel comfortable. I am giving them a break over the price as well when I do this. It literally builds you a good rapport with your buyer base. Now, every one of the buyers that I have this sort of thing set up with keep returning constantly. I've never had one drop for me. Same thing goes for those that we allow to pay at the end of the month, just one bill at the very end of the month. I don't mind doing that either. That is perfectly fine with me as well. So those are both ways that you can drum up business. You can't do it if you need to return and flip your items to get money back out of them quickly. But if you can afford to set on some of these items and get the money back at the end of the month, you're going to get more business. A lot of people wait for a check to come in or something like that after payday or after a specific date. work with them. You will get more sales out of it. I don't have issues. I don't have to open up cases on this. People say they can't pay till a certain day. I'm almost always fine with it, depending on the person's feedback and such forth too, how long they've been on the site. That's why feedback is so important as a seller and as a buyer. But that's what I have for you today. Well, there we are. Hopefully that gave you some ideas and some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Hi, it's Marky, and I got my Weebles.